What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my escape from the real world, known as this YouTube channel. Now, as many of you know, this is practically an anime channel, just not Tokyo Revengers. I know my last two episodes were just that, but I'll be going into other anime. Let's be honest though, 2021 had some good ass anime, and I mean a lot. Prepare for a very long list of anime, alright? So first off, some anime I watched this, for winter. We got Horimiya, Dr. Stone Season 2, Mushoku Tensei Part 1, Slime Season 2 Part 1, ReZero Season 2 Part 1, Quintessential Quintuplets Season 2, Skate the Infinity, Beastar Season 2. Yes, I watched that, and I'm gonna make a video on Beastars pretty soon, because I also read the manga for it. Redo of Healer, although hopefully some of you guys didn't watch it. If you've seen it, then you know why. What else? Got 7 Deadly Sins Season 4 and Promised Neverland Season 2, although those were pretty dog water. And of course, the one and glorious Attack on MF. Did I just say the F word? I'll censor it out. But Attack on Titan Season 4. Spring 2021 had some very good shows as well, but the list will be long, so I'll just say my favorites. You already know the GOAT, Tokyo Revengers, and To Your Eternity. Now that, I finished listing those, but I bet you guys had a similar list, right? Now, give me some animes you watched in summer 2021. Bet you barely have any, or in reality none. Well, although summer 2021 is over, unfortunately, I will give you some animes that I watched that season, and there are a lot of good ones, and some kind of ass, to be honest. Although I didn't watch every single anime in the season, cause even a no-life like me wouldn't torture myself like that, no matter how much I love anime. I won't include the anime from the last season, since To Your Eternity and Tokyo Revengers will literally be the ones on top of every single anime here. So, and also I'm just trying to recommend anime you probably didn't even watch. I'll go from anime I didn't really like to anime I love / overall look forward to watching. Well, besides that, let's get in this bit. First on the list is The Detective Is Already Dead, or for my picky weeb viewers, Tante wa mo Shinderu. Now, in all honesty, the title is pretty badass, and the main girl on the cover, Siesta, is very pretty herself, I ain't gonna lie, and carried but also brought down the show as well. Let me explain. Siesta and the main protagonist, Kimi, are detectives and fight bad guys, I think. See, the first episode is honestly the best of the whole season, because it has Kimi on a plane explaining his origin, and meets the beautiful Siesta and fights this dude called Chameleon. And like, you wonder, damn, hopefully more episodes are like this. Unfortunately, from the title, Siesta is already dead, but also not. I think you see, Siesta died, but I think donate her parts of her body to people like this girl Nagisa, her heart. Siesta was honestly the best girl of the series, and at first you start wishing she was in the anime more. It feels as though the second girl, Nagisa, is just given magical detective powers, and she can solve any mystery in the world, like who was Jack Ripper. But that makes no sense at all. I know anime isn't real, unfortunately, but still, when writing a story, make sure these things make sense. Like, how in the world is some Japanese high school girl gonna be able to have all these detective work? Like, I know for a fact that can't be true at all, bro. Like, imagine just putting this high school girl and then like giving her these random detective smarts and all. That is not possible at all. I don't care how high your IQ is. Well, anyways, then around halfway to the anime, we're given the story of how Siesta died. This is where Siesta feels completely out of place. They mostly focus on this little girl, Alicia, and surprise, surprise, she's the main villain, Hell, but they pronounce it as Heru. And Siesta is just there. The literal plot of that arc is Siesta is taking a break and letting Alicia take the lead, and surprise, she is also a detective despite in that form is mentally like 8. Now, the part I hate the most is the ending. I'm pretty sure y'all won't care about spoilers for this anime, but it shows us how Siesta dies and cuts to the present day, and they fight the organization, aka the main bad guys, Spes, who are generic monster villains with a lame ass generic motive. They attack everyone on the ship, and the stakes are very high. I'm being sarcastic with that. Before Kimi is about to die, Nagisa shows up, but with blue eyes. She has blue eyes because Siesta is alive in her. Not only is this the most stupid way to bring back someone, it makes it sound like an absolute hell to be in. Imagine you being Nagisa, then suddenly this girl who donated her heart to you decides, you know what? I want to be alive again. Let me take away your will to live away for a bit to flirt with my underage partner. This series literally pulls crap out of its ass, but yet it's pretty boring. This review is probably the funniest thing I've read, but look, I 100% agree with this, as so much happens, yet you don't care because it tries to interest you into it so much and doesn't at least be ironic. Now, I really do love serious stories, but like, this was a story that felt like it took itself too seriously, honestly. And if it was a bit more ironic, then I feel like it could have saved the anime a bit, but it didn't. This was a show I wanted to love so much. I liked the first 3 episodes, but it fell off so hard after that. The only positives are Siesta has big tits, and at first Alicia was kinda alright before they try to force her into becoming a lowly trap. I honestly like bad shows and think that they can be even amusing, but this is just an overall boring anime and wouldn't really recommend it to anyone besides people who like white haired girls. But there are better animes to watch for that. Now on to the next entry. Next up is Mother of the Goddess Dormitory, or known as Megumi Ryo no Ryobu-kun. This is a harem / ecchi anime. If you know those, then you know those are basically NSFW, so I wouldn't really recommend watching it with anyone, but there are a lot of boob shots that I am not showing here. Go to the hub or watch the anime. This is not a plot focused anime. From the description I gave, it should have been obvious. If you aren't turned off from that, then the main character is, I think, a 12-year-old boy, probably younger. I don't know, I'll show the age in the video, but he is shown doing like various things accidentally with the girls and even with a 12-year-old girl herself. The plot is just the boy has no home and gets a job at a dormitory and has to put up with grown-ass women problems. That's the overall joke of the series. The kid is the responsible one while the college girls are the childish ones. Although it may sound like it was mid, I kinda enjoy it. Now, without the 12-year-olds get involved, the girls are physically and some personality-wise are pretty. There were some jokes that I thought were funny, that were the ones where the MC isn't on top of boobs every 5 seconds. The character development for the series is I'm being dead ass about this. Two of the girls, Atana and Kiriya, falling in love with the 12-year-old, and they were the most enjoyable of the few, to be honest. It was very good when it was just them, seeing the boy as a brother, and even helped them grow as people, but fall in love with him? That is just overall plot, and just doing the basic Japanese traditions and going into the rooms of girls and seeing what wacky stuff they do. I think the anime is much better than The Detective Is Already Dead. It's also 10 episodes long, so it's easy to binge, and there are funny moments and some likable characters. The only problem is how sensitive you are with Akechi. Besides that, see, because this anime explores many of those genres, and it can even offend some of you, this isn't the best, but it also holds up as a good one to watch at night if you enjoy harem anime. Let's go to the next choice. Next up is How a Realist Rebuilt the Kingdom. I ain't saying the Japanese name anymore, just look it up online. So anyways, this is an isekai anime, or a reincarnated in another world kind of show. The anime starts with the main protagonist Kazuya in this library and is teleported into the new world. The king says he gets to be the hero, and because of it he's gonna die so he can be sacrificed to the other kingdom. Yeah, it's kind of messed up right there. Anyways, Kazuya comes up with a smart reason why not to kill him, and he just becomes a king and gets to have the king's daughter. Hell, he even offered his wife, but Kazuya declined. Now, Kazuya got stuck with taxes and recruits people to make his life easier, and they become the OP kingdom in the end. That's basically the whole story. There's some battle against the other kingdoms, but it's pretty obvious which one will win. The anime is pretty simple, but was enjoyable. The only complaint is it felt like there could have been more, but luckily it's getting a part 2 in January. Although it's enjoyable, I feel like it's kind of ass as an isekai. I'm a huge fan of the isekai genre. So it might be because I've seen some do better in that genre, but the concept could have expanded if we saw Kazuya actually struggle. Just because he got the necessary things to help a kingdom doesn't mean he's perfect. Yes, there's some conflict, but like, it's resolved hella quick. So if you saw him, I don't know, start losing money to provide for the kingdom, it could have been interesting. The anime has realist in its name, but it could have been a bit more realistic, even with the fantasy setting. It was something I found enjoyable watching, so if you're into isekai anime, then check it out. Next up is Jahy-sama. It's better known as that, so I'm gonna just call it that. So this one is a comedy anime, and it revolves around the second in command demon lord, who gets teleported to Japan and loses all her power and is broke. Like, she becomes really like T-short broke. Anyways, she works at a bar, I think, with her boss cleverly named Boss, with Boss's sister being the landlord of Jahy-sama's apartment, also cleverly named Landlord. Yes, these are the actual characters' names. I don't even know if they get official names. But anyway, many more characters join, like people who came from Jahy's world. The anime that's ongoing for 20 episodes is this one. Last season was Tokyo Revengers into Your Eternity. This time is this one, Jahy-sama. And honestly, this anime isn't anything special in terms of writing, but the comedy lands and barely misses. In all honesty, Jahy is good herself, but the side characters are probably the peak of the show, especially when talking with Jahy herself. There isn't honestly much to say. Most conflicts revolve around either Jahy being broke, her getting these crystals to restore her power, or fighting this girl who sent her to Japan, which is called Magic Girl. This anime not be for everyone, but it has some good humor, I think, and it's really worth checking out. You should go watch it. Next one is an anime I actually do have a bit more positives than negative about. This one is Kanojo Mo Kanojo. I honestly hate the title Girlfriend, so I'll just call it Kanojo Mo Kanojo. This anime revolves around the MC Naoya getting 2 girlfriends. As of now, I don't know if he will date the other girls and have them make the ultimate harem, but as of now, it's only 2. Naoya finally gets to date this girl of his childhood. Like, he literally been chasing this girl since pre-K. You could tell how down bad he was for her. But when one girl approaches him, Nagisa, to go out with him, wait, did I say him? No, to go out with her, he basically first declines, but then he comes up with the most brilliant idea that, you know what? Maybe I should have 2 girlfriends to make both of them happy. So yeah, that's basically just the entire plot. Most of the conflict revolves around this other girl named Mirika, who is basically a YouTuber and is hiding that secret as well, and knows about 2 timing, so she wants to join the harem, but Naoya declines every single time. A lot of people hate and love this anime, and I'm the few who love it. It's probably the dumbest thing I've watched, but that's why I loved it. It was honestly a perfect thing to watch on a Friday after a boring ass day of school, and where I could just laugh over what stupid shit Naoya gets into with Saki and Nagisa. And I know the humor won't be for everyone, but this is an anime you should just give a try to, and if you like it, you really love it all the way through, because it will stick with the jokes but also add new jokes too as well. This is one of the animes where it got me wanting to read the manga, like some other animes on the list. On to the next pick. This anime I picked is Vanitas no Carte. This is actually an anime I just finished recently and didn't watch through in the whole summer, and I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't. Vanitas no Carte is honestly pretty good, with the concept and even characters. The plot is probably not something I can give it props to, but it makes up with the characters. The plot isn't bad, it's just that it's probably like the less interesting thing about the series. Anyways, Vanitas and Noah, the main protagonists, are honestly a very good dynamic, and the kind of characters they are make up for it. They will honestly make things absolutely funny or help get the audience serious, depending what the conflict is. For my female audience, I ain't into guys, like, trust me on that, but these are honestly what skinny Giga Chad would look like, both of them. I feel like what will make this go up a bit on my list is the next part coming in January as well, which will help the story a lot and be more enjoyable. Another thing I like about the anime is the animation. Some scenes are very clean and most of the time it's visually appealing. And I like when animes add like these quickly drawn animations and stuff for like jokes, and then it goes straight back to its regular animation and it looks very flawless and crisp. Overall, I recommend this to most people to give it a try and give your own opinion, but honestly, there is barely any negatives. Now, the next one is That Time I Got Reincarnated into a Slime, Season 2, Part 2. Now, this is a part 2 of a second season anime that released a few years ago, and I don't think you would get the same experience as someone who's seen the first season if you watch this blindly. If you haven't watched Slime, then go watch it. It's deadass one of my favorite series, and there are barely any flaws to this series to go check it out, and also watch its spin-offs as well. It doesn't even matter if they're canon or not, they're pretty good. Anyways, back to the mini review of this. I feel as though that this part had a lot of pressure to hold onto, since it literally started after Rimuru became a demon lord and Veldora got freed. Veldora definitely is the highlight of this series, and he's barely in this part, to be honest. The moment he shows up though, they're literally the best parts of the season. Rimuru is honestly the kind of character that, like, literally after getting the demon powers and shit, like, he'll just live his normal life, and that's what he does. Like, he tries to improve the village and all, and like, he gets into this political stuff with the other kingdoms as well. You know, the battles are pretty interesting, and Clayman, although not my favorite isekai and definitely not in general villain, does a good job being intimidating this season. Until the very end, where he gets trolled by the entire cast. Bro gets like a bit of spotlight and gets trolled by Midom and Rimuru, and even when he is at his absolute strongest, he gets like annihilated. This was a very good season, and it's literally the only reason people watch seasonal anime for summer. So go check it out if you've watched it. If you haven't and you still listen to this, thank you, but please go watch the first season. Anyways, now it may seem that Slime was my favorite series this season, and it seemed very apparent with my intro and the thumbnail, but that's not true. There's one anime I actually think was better than Slime, and it isn't a continuation to an existing series. If you paid attention to some anime content like on Instagram and stuff, then you know which series I'm talking about. Even the mood in the beginning that I had with my voice is a reference to it. That's right, it is the That's right, it's the GOAT of this season, Uramichi Oniisan. Yes, I consider it the GOAT of this season. By far, this has gotta be the anime I relate to the most. Laugh to a lot in a while, and gets me excited for Mondays. Well, not anymore, but still. Uramichi Oniisan revolves around the star of a children's show, think like Barney and stuff. And the main star of the show is Uramichi himself, with other people like characters like Ikiteru and Utano Oniisan and Usao-kun and Kuma-kun. They're all around their late 20s to early 30s, and they hate their job. This isn't a super cheery anime, and it makes itself seem to be. The characters drink and smoke a lot, and it dives into what it's like doing something you don't enjoy doing. Kinda sucks that I, a 16-year-old boy, absolutely relate to everything Uramichi has done and have complete sympathy with him. And well, I know some of you haven't experienced that yet. Oh, wait until you get to your mid-adult life. But you can understand how someone might feel doing something they don't like, and can understand how they feel. That's what the anime excels at. I love this anime so much, it got me to read the manga of it. And unfortunately, as of now, the manga has only adapted literally everything from the anime, but it was still pretty enjoyable. And I highly recommend everyone to watch and read it. No, like really, please go watch it. The anime will not disappoint, and it's honestly the best 13th episodes you'll watch. That's all I'll say. In conclusion, summer 2021 is honestly underrated, and while fall 2021 has a lot of good choices that people would enjoy, don't discriminate against summer 2021 because it has a lot of hidden gems. There aren't that many mind-blowing animes besides Uramichi Oniisan, but the animes here won't have you feeling like you wasted hours of your life besides the detective is already dead. that's all for now. So if you don't mind, whenever I upload this, I hope it's in at least 2 weeks, because I'm so tired right now writing the script. Hell, even reading the script right now. But well, everyone, bye bye. Hopefully this video is treated right by the algorithm. Smiley face. Well, seriously, bye guys, and promos as well.